Alright, third attempt at making this video, so I'm not going to talk about the body. It's Lexan. Nobody cares. Pretty good body, but whatever. I'm just going to go right into the car where everybody came here to look at. Here, talking about the front assembly, the number one thing I'd recommend getting on this car is RPM parts for the A-arms, your shock tower, and your bumper. This bumper is amazing. Works really good, and you can run into anything, and this sucker won't break. I think the only thing, I did have it break actually once, but that was just because when this car would bottom out sometimes, because I do like taking jumps with this car, the concrete would just scratch and scratch and scratch away at this, and I think one of the screws broke, so I had to, well, I didn't fix it, and eventually it just snapped, so I just went and bought another one. The original one, or bumper that you get, is pretty much a skid plate. It's nothing more than that. And it's not that great. It doesn't really do its bumper job. Here's the original front arms, which I never ran. Here's the rear arms, which I did run a couple times. But get the blue ones because they look awesome. And then next RPM part I'd recommend is the shock tower because the original ones break a lot. And just go ahead and buy this one. And save yourself the expense of buying 8 of them. Next I'd recommend getting the new batteries. This is the original one. It's a 3000 milliamp Traxxas power cell, 7 cell. So it does have a decent amount of power behind it, just because it's for a nickel metal hydride battery. It's all right. This one died on me because I left it over the summer. I left it over the winter with no charge in it, so all the power in it leaked off, so when I did go back to charge it, it can't hold the charge anymore. So I'm not going to throw it away, just because I don't know if you can do that. I'll just stash it somewhere. This one is still good. And then next I've got, yes, see, I already talked about that. Pretty good. Waterproof, so you can do anything with that. Also, one thing I do is this wire goes up, and then they got this little cap. You put the cap on, and then the wire goes back down here on the outside of it, so I just use electric tape to close that, and that's the easiest thing you can do. Next is tires that I'm going to talk about real quick. Tires, pretty good. They have an alright amount of traction. Not that much, so I'd take back saying they're pretty good. They're decent, from half bad to decent, so. This is the original actual tire that it came with, almost completely bald. The sides aren't completely gone, but they're not going to do any good. So, yeah, I don't know what to do with these tires, but I'd use them on the street, so. Yeah, I use these ones in the grass and like on the dirt and gravel and stuff like that. So that's a lot of fun. Front shock tower, had no problems with this yet. All the front assembly, no problems with that. I just got the new parts because they look cool and they work great. Out of 10, I'd give this car fun factor for a beginner. This thing was crazy fun. I loved it, so you can rate that as much as you want because, that's a personal question in all honesty. But scale of 1 to 10 on how good this car is, I give it an 8.5. The only reason that I give it an 8.5 is because of the shock tower. Which actually, 9, because it's a simple fix, like $15 for a new shock tower that will pretty much never break. One more thing I'd recommend. I cannot recommend this thing anymore. Easy Peak Charger. I have a first video on this, and you will see how squeaky my voice is. It's just crazy how squeaky my voice is. And, yeah, so very simple car. If you want to get this for your son or daughter or something like that, go ahead and get it. They will fall in love with this thing the first time they go down the street. This thing's gonna be like Superman to them because it is a great car. It's really fast for a little kid. It was really fast for me, and I was like 12 at the time when I first got this car, and that's usually the good starting age, or like 5 or 6 is a good starting age for these cars. And you can program this ESC very, very easily to go half power, so it'll only give the engine half power, so the kids can just kind of bash around without worrying about anything breaking. And then once they get skilled enough at driving the car, which shouldn't take that long because this is an easy car to drive, because, the servos do react pretty good. I don't know what's up with mine turning left, but right is just like that, and then the left, yeah, left isn't that great. but it does the job. I never really notice it when I'm driving. It's just when I'm sitting here messing with it I notice it, so don't worry about that. If you're looking to score parent points, get this sucker and you will be up there. You will be Superman to your kids. Like I said, the car's Superman, you're Superman, kid's Superman. Where can you go wrong when you're Superman? Seriously. So, yeah, guys, if you enjoyed this review, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And, oh, I'm sorry, forgot. Remote, you get a, what is it? Can't remember what. The 27 megahertz. You have your silver servo reversing steer channel, and left, right, throttle forward, throttle back. Also, there's this 50-50 and then 75-50, which gives you 75% of the throttle, and then like 25% reverse. But as you can see, if I go like that, it goes back. No, that's just the original setting. You got 50-50 backwards. But don't mess with that. Just leave it alone. Good grip. And then you can just drive it like that. The steering, you do have a decent amount of, left and right to kind of fiddle with when you're driving, but I noticed that the low-C ones have like 2 times as much, so I like the low-C ones a little bit more, but they're bigger and more plasticky, so they kind of feel more cheap. These are pretty good, and they feel good in your hands, and this trigger is really smooth. And, yeah. Oh, big antenna, too, so that's one little downfall, but, you gotta deal with it. I kind of fiddled around with mine, gave it some stickers, made it look sexy. Yeah, so if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. That would make me feel great. Leave in your comments what you think of the video and all that shizzy stizzy. And see you guys later. Have a great day.